Crispy. Oh. Lately all I do is cry. Waste my energy on love. Always in case now. I can't fight that good fight. I say hey. The world is gonna tell you that it's over. Just say the world really wanna hear it's all over. But I could inside, maybe I'm better inside. I'm better maybe I'm better
People may touch you under my protection, no beast may mark you, no devil may deceive you. You are under my watchful gaze, and you are a guest. Heed not the howl in the distance, heed not the rustle in the bushes. You laugh around the campfire with the rest of them, the dirty denim babies and the flannel freaks and the twisted scissor sisters and the fag-smoking fags. I smile at you from across the bonfire, and you smile back, my fingers idly fiddling with the crystal hanging from my neck. Honey amethyst, the stone of the lovers and of judgment. You saw the flyer on a telephone pole, the ancient wood staple strewn like a collage of stolen corpses. Saw that a local you like was playing at the Winchester Mystery House tonight. Saw the grinning face of the silver shamrock jack-o'-lantern smiling out from black ink scan-lined from the cheap library printer that bore it. Skeleton Drive plus Lysistrata Woodrose on tour proclaimed music at 7. Later than usual for a house show, but considering the time of year, not so unusual. Do I look unusual to you, my indigo lips parting and bidding you? Come. The music ended a half hour ago, and it's just stragglers and friends of the house now, sipping ciders and sharing a space bag of sunset blush franzia. You're not a friend of the house, you're just a face in the crowd, one of the haunted masks, but you stay. The girlfriend of the boyfriend of the person who runs the venue passes you a joint, and you put it between your lips and you breathe up, smoke curling in fractals towards the face of Aiken drum way up high. The joint makes the rounds, passing from lung to lung, the lavender mixed with the grass, turning the night a menacing purple. I take it between nimble fingers, and you see unmistakably when I breathe out the shape of a circle A. Kamala come, one, the smoke beckons. I puff once more and pass, and then I stand and head for the old Winnebago, parked way back by the blackberry brambles in the brush pile. You stay there by the fire for a while, expecting to be dismissed by the hosts, but instead they drift back to the house one by one, until it's just you and the ruler of the roost, the golden-haired thing who books the shows. You wait for them to tell you the night is over, but instead they offer you the last Bell's Two-Hearted from their six-pack, and you feel the condensation on the cool glass slip beneath your fingers. They smile at you, peering out from behind a pair of pink aviators, and nod towards the camper. You taking? They ask, hitting a nicotine vape and blowing out a caramel apple cloud. Taking? Taking, you ask, mouth dry, as if I had breathed that smoky hieroglyph down your throat instead of into the air. The after party, they say, and begin to head for the house. If you do decide to just go home, dash the fire, will you? There's a spigot and bucket by the porch. Instead, you watch the flames until they turn into embers and can almost make out shapes within. A military helicopter spinning into the body of a wolf. A raven-headed woman that becomes a goat-headed man, that becomes a dog-faced demon, that becomes your own face. The licking tongues twist, twirl, transform. A child bursting into a cloud of botflies. A china doll that breaks and reforms and breaks and reforms. A coin dancing on knuckles. You blink and realize that the coin has become solid matter, that it is spinning a white-hot dance through the air, and you reflexively reach out to catch it, even as it sears the tips of your fingers. As the metal cools, you see an eye on either side, glaring and staring and wide open to swallow the sacrament of the world with hungry whites. It sits there on your palm, looking up, and then you follow the thread, hopelessly tangled in it like Jeremy the Crow when he met sweet little Mrs. Frisbee. Your legs stretch up and you stand there for only a moment before turning and walking towards the string-light strewn awning of my little abode. Knock, knock, knock. Your knuckles against the glass. You almost turn to run, almost drop the coin and flee, but instead you stand your ground, and then I'm there, haloed in the door. Good evening, I smile, sipping my tea and holding it open. I bid you welcome. You step into my incensed abode and see that another mug is already sitting on the table, steaming. As you cross over the threshold, a hairless cat nuzzles your ankles, and you reach down to scratch him behind the ears. Dee Dee seems to have decided you're not half bad. You tell Dee Dee it is nice to meet him, and you shuffle uncertainly. You look around at the hanging violet lights and the show flyers tacked to the cupboards. I take my seat at the chip table, indicating the spot across from me. You're wondering why you're here. You nod, swallowing, and I laugh. Aren't we all? I hold out my palm. The token, if you don't mind. Oh, right, you say, and drop the metal into my hand, where it seems to vanish before you can trace its destination. You sip the tea, find yourself overcome by memories of a home you've never known. Rosehip, licorice, and coriander, I say, sipping my own. Dee Dee hops onto the table, and my slender fingers stroke his arching back. I would like, if I may, to take you on a strange journey, I grin. Do you consent? You remember the first time you heard those words, pleather-clad and young and dumb and caught in the rain. Head swimming, eyes watering in the perfumed air, you breathe out, almost imperceptibly. I do. Excellent, I say, clapping my hands and standing. You follow the flowing sleeves of my mesh top as I open one of the cupboards, revealing a bookshelf. My fingers dance along leather-clad spines, searching, feeling, scrying an old familiar pattern. Hope you're cozy. I have a quota to meet, you see. Before you can ask what I mean, my hand darts out like a snapping turtle, snatches a slender crimson volume from near the bottom of the shelf. I open it gingerly, letting the contents bleed out into the air. As I turn, the scene begins to change, you begin to change, and I begin to dissolve into nothing but a musical voice, mingling with the perfume in the air. Attend, pilgrim, and beware the murderous milieu before you. 1 for sorrow, 2 for joy, 3 for a girl, 4 for a boy, 5 for silver, 6 for gold, 7 for a secret never to be told, 8 for a wish, 9 for a kiss, 10 for a surprise you should be careful not to miss, and 11 for health, 11 tales to tell, 11 solemn vows to swear. You are falling, falling, falling into my voice, bold black ink in yellow boxes, lightning crashing across a monolithic splash page that is the whole world. My face is a horrid idol on pulped paper, made grotesque, as the book in my hand becomes a greeting card. Reader, beware. Your